In my last video about Cobra, we discussed how he was kind of spiraling inside of his mobile home sarcophagus that he resides within and never leaves. And it's only gotten worse. Surprise, surprise. He is kind of decaying in front of us, and it's no surprise if you've watched any of my videos or other people's coverage of Cobra, but I feel like in the past 6 months or so, things have sort of rapidly declined much worse or at a faster rate than previously. His hair is falling out a lot more, or at least he's getting more bald, and his teeth are just in a state of literal no repair. He has plus 1,000 poison damage on you, and if you come within 5 feet of him, watch out, buddy. And so we're gonna go over some of his food hacks and see how our goth lord is doing. All right.
We got an order from McDonald's, ba-da-ba-ba, Irish Burger King, and I'm loving it, not a sponsor. When I got my order, I did not receive the hot picatine salsa or the McCrispy strip dip, so I had to do a second DoorDash order to get my creamy chili McCrispy sauce and the hot picante salsa, whatever. So it's all good. We got it now. We got the goods. Okay, those are the empty bags. Oh shit. We got the goods, son.
So because they left behind some of the sauces he needed, and he even explains a little bit later, he thinks that they still didn't have the right things, missing mayo, missing other things like that. He had to put in a second order, guys, and the real explanation is, surprise, surprise, this is a double feature for you. We are doing 2 food hacks in one video, bam! And it's because he decided to get a shit ton of the new chicken strips that McDonald's has or whatever, and he's doing 2 different food hacks with it. We also see at some point he got crumble cookies. There's a crumble cookie container on the table. This man is just burning through money, and Clint could not care less. You know, his lovely little boy staying inside of his metal sarcophagus, he's doing a grand old time spending, who knows? I mean, DoorDash is alarmingly expensive anytime I have had to use it in the past, and to think that this guy's getting 6 items all at once and then ordering it to his house. I mean, this meal alone probably costs over $40, and he's doing that for every single meal multiple times a week. It is just, oh boy, but don't worry, he thinks he's owning the trolls. He has his own place. Do you have your own place, troll? That's what I thought.
I figured, let's try them and let's food hack with them. Let's open the goods. Oh, shit. All right. Yo. Oh. The McCrispy strips at McDonald's are getting the Cobra seal of approval. These.
And the thing about Cobra is that he's getting quite plump. You know, or at least he's bloating at the very least, right? I have a feeling that the copious amount of drinking he's doing all by himself, the lack of vitamins he's consuming, the dog shit food he eats every single day, it's not combining into a great feature, you know? In the past, you know, Josh, when he was working at Wendy's or he was just doing things outside, at the very least he would walk places or ride his bike when he had his bike. Now he's getting no exercise, he's getting no sunlight, and he's getting no nutritious foods, and it's not turning out well for the man. All right, you know, we call Jordy the plump pimp. It's looking like we might have a competitor here in the near future.
We're creating a burger that I like to call the McStripper bacon cheeseburger. All that tartar sauce on that lettuce. Nope. Get on there. That Dame Drops talks about your hood creations. Well, Cobra's got a hood creation right here, man. Yeah, man. We're not done yet, man. We're gonna add sauce. We're gonna add sauce to it.
Him doing his little angelic song really makes me wish that, you know, he would have pushed the cult feature a little bit further, you know, create his own gospel music album, do some things like that. Create some, I don't know, like statues of, what would a statue be in the King Cobra cult? Who knows? And it's just like, I don't know. All of his food hacks are just ideas of things that like 10-year-old me would think would be super sick. You know, when you're able to go out and get McDonald's. What if I put a chicken sandwich on my burger? Whoa, that's crazy. And understandably, the man starts to get irate. He is very upset because the sandwich isn't working out the way that he was planning. You know, this man, he spent several years going to school, getting his engineering degree so that he could construct these monstrosities for the internet to enjoy, and they don't want to respond. They don't want to collaborate with the gothic King Cobra, and that is just a damn shame.
It's all good. We're gonna just squeeze that on there. Okay. Ooh! Man, that's... Man, I'm trying to keep this trailer clean because I love my trailer. It's ridiculous. Ah, damn it.
So he had a major spurg out. He was freaking out because one of his sauce packets fell on the side wall onto the floor. Just a huge disaster. He wants to keep the place spick and span. And actually, you know, if you look in the background, yeah, there's some knick-knack things going on. It doesn't look like it's, you know, piling up with trash. Probably because I would assume that Clint comes over and yells at him and complains if he's not keeping up to order with things. But you'll see, I mean, this is a man who doesn't shower, who doesn't wash his teeth, who doesn't change his clothes, and gets dirt and grime and grease all over him all the time, and just wanders around. He's just carrying this puff bubble of dirt and grime and disgustingness all over the place. So you might not be able to see it, but it's kind of like one of those clips you might see where somebody goes to a public bus seat and they hit it with a broom and a bunch of fart particles start flying out of it. That's why I would imagine all of the furniture, all the features within Josh's trailer would kind of be like if you went in there and you were doing some investigation. We all know this man's not vacuuming the floor. You think he's dusted since he's been there? Give me a break.
The McStripper bacon cheeseburger from McDonald's. I'm gonna grab our top bun and put it on top. Let's squish that down a little bit. There we go. Look at the size of this monster. Oop, oop. No. God damn it, it's falling apart. Okay, I'm really starting to get mad right now. Better not be freaking out about McDonald's, boy. Can I film a cooking video or a food hack without something going wrong?
And here's the thing though, right? Like, living such a simplistic lifestyle, you would think that these minor inconveniences wouldn't really push you over the limit. But then again, you start thinking about it and you're like, well, he actually doesn't do anything. So if anything occurs in his daily life that's out of the norm, of course it's going to throw him into a tard spiral. You know, it's going to be a difficult thing to claw your way back out of, because when you interact in the real world and you have to drive in traffic or maybe wait in line at the grocery store or at a fast food place, you gotta learn patience. And Josh never learned patience. He wants that instant gratification. And when things aren't working out for him, he's just gonna spurg out. He's gonna have a rough time with that. And it's also kind of gross, kind of going back on the point of he wants to keep things nice and clean. We'll see in the second food hack a little bit better, but every time you can see he never cleans his nails, and it's because he never washes his hands, and it's because he never takes a shower. So he's just sucking the sauce right off his dirty ass fingers all the time. But don't worry, guys, he's making sure that the trailer is in a much nicer space than he himself is.
Alright, took one bite of it. I got one massive. I'm going to be eating the rest of this off camera for sure, but get rid of some of the excess trash here. Like, this burger is massive, son. We're talking like thick, delicious, slap your mama, thick with calories. And I do apologize for getting angry earlier. I'm a bit hangry right at the moment, and when I'm hungry, I get grumpy as shit, so don't mind me, man. Overall, YouTube, I must say one thing. This burger is delicious.
And this is just modern consumerism wrapped up into a shell right here, where the man has to wait the 30 minutes for his DoorDash driver to come bring his food to him, and he just gets fucking irate. He can't deal with that shit. What do you mean I want it now? I ordered it. Why isn't it at my door? I'm hungry. And that's, you know, if Josh grows up at some point in his life, he'll understand, that's what grocery shopping's for, you know, so you can put food into your fridge and into your cupboards. That way, when you're like, I'm hungry, let's have a meal, you don't have to immediately go on your phone and buy a $5 meal for $40. I know, that's a crazy idea. Maybe one day he'll figure it out. It's kind of, you know, I call it the saturated hack. I don't know if you guys have caught up on this, but he loves hacking things, so maybe he'll pick up on that, and that would just be a great idea. I know he'll look forward to it. But the funny thing is, he mentions that this meal is too hot. It was just way too hot, and that's why he took a single bite, or he took 2 bites, I guess, and he's gonna let it chill, and he'll have some of it later. It's just like, I don't know how you reach the point. Like, fast food is already dog shit to begin with. You gotta eat it within like 5 minutes of getting it from the window or inside the building when you go there, because otherwise it just turns into like coagulated dog shit, and it's like, yeah, I don't really want this anymore. It's not worth my time. You know, you gotta eat it a little bit warm. And Josh's teeth, obviously, they're falling apart. I mean, I'm not gonna show a zoom in, probably. I don't know, we'll see how I feel when I come back and edit it, but I got a close look at some of his teeth, and not only are they like black and brown, but they're like at the top of the gums, there are sections that are literally blood. Just like literally red spots of blood. And it's like, holy shit, dude. He like literally cannot consume anything with a tough texture or a strong flavor or a strong temperature, because it's going to throw his entire nervous system into a spiral. And that's the thing too. It's like, that's a huge danger. I mean, this guy already lives a horrible lifestyle of smoking, drinking, eating like shit, but you're exposing everything. All of those things go through your mouth, and having terrible teeth can lead to other complications of health effects. So we'll see how that shakes out. But either way, we're back again with another McDonald's food hack, because that's all he knows.
We got the 4 sauces. We got them arranged. The first thing we're gonna do is just stick around, because we're gonna make chicken strip nachos. And you can do these with any sort of chicken strips you want. What aren't nachos without a little bit of cheese? We got 2 different kinds of cheese, mozzarella and extra sharp cheddar cheese.
So that's the food hack. It is chicken tender nachos, but literally nothing here is giving me an indication of it being nachos. Now, he'll add, you know, horseradish. He'll add a horseradish to it in a little bit, and he'll add bacon bits and Doritos to it. But none of those things really remind me of a nice nacho. Now, in fairness, you know, a controversial take, potentially from saturated content. Nachos, pretty terrible, right? You stack them with shit on them, and the best nachos I've ever had were a single flat layer of tortilla chips with cheese on top and a jalapeno on each chip. Best nachos I've ever had, because otherwise, if you stack them high, they're going to get all soggy and all messed up. Nobody wants any of that shit, right? So maybe Josh is on to something. Maybe he's also come to that discovery, and he's like, you know what? Replace the chips, put chicken tenders, put different cheeses that don't belong in nachos, and bada bing, bada boom, you got a delicious snack right there for you. And the best part is, you spent all this money door dashing every ingredient, so you know it's just creme de la creme.
Taking 8 of their chicken strips and adding Flavor Town to it. We could put maybe one more sprinkle on there. We don't want to go too heavy with it, you know, just enough.
And nothing says trying to keep your trailer clean like crushing up some Doritos on top and wiping the cheese onto your shirt inside of your trailer that you gotta make sure is pristine. We don't want crumbs, we don't want a mess anywhere, we can't deal with that. Ignore all the cheese and other particulates that are sitting on top of the counter. Ignore all that shit. It's also like, the dude's getting, you know, he's like 5 months pregnant here, at least. at least the Bog Baby's coming in strong. Him and Ed in Cyrex's world, they're gonna, reunite, maybe have a shared baby shower. That would be cute. I mean, I know chat would turn up big time for that. You always hear those stories of your grandparents back in the day. Oh, you got a tummy ache? Well, here's a shot of Jaeger. Delicious. That'll help you. That'd be the way that Josh would raise a child. And, I'm looking forward to it in 3 months or so. Maybe it's a Halloween baby. That's a little bit further out. But, I'm keeping that on the radar because I noticed it with the previous food hack. But, I'm not here. I'm not here to judge. I'm not casting stones. I'm just saying, your old, band shirts that you're wearing, Josh, they're getting a bit tight. They're getting a bit tight. Baby's coming. Look into some maternity clothes. They're nice and comfortable from what I hear. So I'm throwing that out there. That's just, that's saturated seal of approval right there for you.
Some big ass gobs on there. An extra horseradish sauce. Extra hot. These pre-cooked chicken strips. And add a bunch of unhealthy shit to it. Well, guess what? Now we'll have to microwave it, yeah? Get all that cheese on top melted.
And I don't know what it is. Like, has anybody been able to figure out why? I mean, you gotta melt the cheese. I understand microwaving it, but he does it for 5 minutes or so, and I don't get it. Is it something with his teeth? Is that the dilemma? Is that, and obviously, I mean, why are you focusing on that, Cedric? We're looking at a plate full of barbecue sauce, butter, horseradish, random McDonald sauce on top of chicken fingers, and you're calling it a day, and you're focused on whether or not you should or how long you should microwave the chicken for. Oh man, and trust me, this is a thing that Cobra hasn't considered, because these chicken tenders have been sitting here for a day and now he's getting ready to eat them. Well, now you're putting heat to them, buddy, and that was your problem with the burger. I mean, I don't want to question the expert, all right? I don't want to question it. I'm over here eating normal foods for the most part, but I'm getting concerned because I have a feeling that these are going to be hot, and I have a feeling you're going to have a tough time slopping those down, baby.
Not very original. See, look at that cheese pull. Look at that cheese pull. Look at that chicken strip action. Oh, shit. There's gonna be a part 2? You're silly. Oh, yeah. Look at that cheese pull. Hot. Woo-wah.
And this is the part I'm talking about. I'm not certain. Maybe editing saturated might change his mind. We might be getting a zoom in on his just absolutely revolting, decaying, rotting teeth. That's going to be a game time decision. It's Michael Jordan coming out of the tunnel in the 90s. We're going to have to figure out what he decides to do. But at this point, it's sad realizing that this moment right here with Josh is one of the best moments in the entire week for him. Is him pulling that nice little cheese stretch with his chicken tender. That is one of the best times of his week. And, I wish, sometimes I sit here and wish that he would come back with the live streams and he would come back and reopen his comment section, because it was open for a little bit when he moved to a second channel. And then he shut it back down because we were being bad boys, too bad for him. And it's, half the fun is seeing the interaction with the audience. But either way, guys, it's not looking good. It's just we're taking one more step down that staircase, and we all know where the end goal is. But either way, guys, hope you enjoyed. Till next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.